Celebrity is a person who has decided to go for their dreams in a completely untraditional way.
They had their own audiences.
This person built this audience on their own. They're their own entity.
It just changed everything.
Now the companies are seeing what kind of pull that you can have online.
There just seemed to be a disconnect between what was going on in local television.
Print magazines and newspapers and television, this was the way that people used to get in touch.
Everything now is a story that you can tell online.
It's the conduit through which I touch the world.
They're all kind of interested in the space, and I think it comes down to one word, which is engagement.
What is up, Daily Crew? It's Monday, Man Talk Monday, where I take your relationship. What embodies Chris? Supricky06. Just a creative person. I was lucky enough to find something like YouTube.
I'm ninja and I know it.
When I started on YouTube, I didn't know what YouTube was. I thought that YouTube was just a storage place for videos so you can post it somewhere else. So I used my email address, and then the email address was Supricky because people think I look like Ricky Martin. So my brand became Supricky06. I didn't know it was going to be my brand at the time, but now I'm Supricky06.
What is up, Ricky Crew? What is up, Ricky Crew? What is up, Ricky?
Well, the first one, this girl had fallen for this guy who was using my YouTube videos pretending that he's me.
Right there? Hi, my name is Howard. My name is Chris.
So like I do a video telling this whole story about how my identity was stolen.
French girl contacts me on MSN Messenger. Links me to this photo bucket account. And the dude has 86 pictures of me.
And YouTube liked that video, so they picked it and they featured it on the front page. And I went from 500 subscribers to 5,000 subscribers. And I was like, whoa, okay, well I hit on something here.
What's up, YouTube? My name is Chris, or Supricky06.
It wasn't just one thing, it was just like something would hit, something else would hit.
I'm a musician, play piano.
For the average person to really see YouTube as a path to success, I think that is an option. I mean, there aren't gatekeepers. Anyone can just upload. However, it does take a long time to build and grow and develop a sustainable audience.
In the beginning of last year, I was making $100 a month on YouTube. I wasn't focused on it at all. I was working in nightclubs, I was in a relationship that wasn't working, and so last February I was just like, I can't do this to myself anymore. Like, I don't like working in clubs. I'm not happy where I am in my life, so I just kind of quit everything. And I was like, okay, what do you want to do with your life, Chris? And I was like, right now, I want to make YouTube videos full time. I want that to be my only job. It's like, okay, what do you got to do that?
If you wanted to be a YouTube celebrity, it's really quite simple. It's just about dedication and having a lot of passion, and you need to take some serious steps forward to make it actually happen.
You want to be able to have something that you're passionate about and want to share, and that way your audience can really start to develop that relationship with you.
Your audience wants to connect to you. They want to feel like they're a part of your life. So you have your main channel. I have my main channel where it's like high quality music videos I put a lot of work into.
Let it burn while I cried, 'cause I heard it screaming out your name.
This is my living room. I just put a green screen on my wall in the living room. That's where I filmed it. My acapella series now has a name for the show. It's called Headphones Recommended, right? Because when you put headphones on and listen to that stuff in full HD,
If you ever leave me, baby.
here's covers, here's parodies. You got to make it easy for people because there's a lot of competition online. So I have all of them in playlists, so the next one automatically starts playing.
You want to have a schedule, and when you start sharing those videos on Facebook and on Twitter, people know to come back every single week to watch those videos.
Click here to see last week's video, and I will see you all next Wednesday. Peace to your face.
Come up with different concepts and show ideas, like Man Talk is relationship. So Man Talk Monday.
Crew, so today we are going to Man Talk It Up.
Topical Tuesday, talk about something in the news. Way Back Wednesday, I talk about a story from my past. That's Awesome Thursday, I find really cool websites that I think that they'll enjoy. Friend Friday, I respond to stuff from my P.O. box, as well as comments, questions that they have for me.
Okay, of candy, which I can't believe this much made it to this video,
Singing Saturday, I just like bust something a cappella for them. And then Sleepy Sunday, I wake up and I talk about whatever topic they want 5 minutes after I've woken up. People really tend to enjoy that.
Sunday, Sleepy Sunday, where I talk to you guys about 5 minutes after waking up.
But this is just talking to your friends. They want to feel like they're talking to someone that they really connect with.
What is up, Ricky crew? Thumbs up this video if this ever happens to you. You start off with good intention, like you're gonna
And you have to think of branding too. So like the whole, like in the beginning I was like, you know, it started off as I just want to make sure my camera is running and focused, okay. And I was like, I don't want to just put it down. So now people, like I have t-shirts that say, what's up Daily Crew? That's a part of your branding.
They're not just awkwardly placing products into the mix, trying to move and make money, because the first sign that somebody starts to feel like that's the purpose of what you're doing, I mean, they're gone.
Now the companies are seeing what kind of pull that you can have online. They just want to put an ad on your channel, but you can't do that because your audience is gonna, I didn't subscribe to you because I want advertisement. I don't want to watch commercials, I want to watch you.
Chris Thompson, aka Supricky, is one of our clients, and we've worked with him on brand integration deals. You know, money started coming into the space. There wasn't a lot of, you know, regulation or people helping these YouTubers kind of figure out the best way to work with brands.
I recently did a video with this girl, Jenna Marbles. I sang the hook on the song, and after that happened, I started getting contacted by major labels. I have meetings with some of these companies. They're trying to kind of harness what it is that you have that you built yourself. So basically, like, you don't really need them. On iTunes, link for that is down below. If you want to talk to me more directly, has this image of you that's like, they're getting all these views and they're so successful, and we make money and stuff like that, and that's all well and good, but like, they think you're just like superstars living at large, and the amount of work it takes to do that is immense.
Some of our clients are working 80, 90 hours a week on creating, uploading, interacting. It's more of a lifestyle than a job. There's not a time when it's turned off, except when you're asleep.
I compare it to this, like, imagine if Grey's Anatomy is your favorite show, and one week they're like, I didn't feel like making an episode of Grey's Anatomy. You'd be like, what? That's not how this works. You constantly have to be plugged in, responding to people on Twitter, Facebook. I think that's a big misconception about having YouTube as a full-time job.
Hello, hello. My name is Joe, also known as the Mystery Guitarman on the internet. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? How's it going? How's it going? To the bang, to the bang, to the bang. Mystery Guitarman here. Here we go. And we are gonna go pick up Chris Thompson right now to do a zero gravity, well, microgravity space flight.
You'll hear this line all the time. It's somebody in their pajamas, in their bedroom, singing to the camera. And yes, there are those people, but there are also people who work really hard. And Chris is a great example. He has been on the site for a long, long, long time. He's been able to grow a steady audience through a lot of hard work. And it's only until recently that he's been able to make it his full-time job.
So we're on our way to DC. We're gonna do a zero gravity flight. It's something called Space Lab. I guess they have like space related playlists or whatever. And
yeah, they make space videos.
One of the ways that they're gonna get more views is to contact people like Joe and I and have us do promotion for the channel. You have to be kind of flexible with your schedule. 2 days ago, they're like, oh, here's your flight. You're coming to DC. I'm like, so just like reschedule everything and like come up with a different game plan, and that happens.
I honestly don't know what I would be doing if I had never discovered YouTube.
I think I was supposed to find YouTube because if, say, YouTube exploded tomorrow and I didn't have my channel anymore.
Through YouTube, I learned how to shoot, I learned how to edit, a personality came out, all the skills that I could apply after YouTube disappeared, I learned through, you know, my experience on YouTube. But if that never happened, I can't even fathom. I don't know.
And if you're new, welcome to the crew. Peace to your face.
Hi everyone, I'm Beth Troutman. It's time for great videos and the stories behind them right this minute.
Right This Minute brings you the story behind the videos that you see, behind the videos that are going viral. As far as we know, no one else is doing that.
I decided to turn the light on. I turned the light on, and that's when I saw the maggots.
What you saw was one type of story that we do. That's the type of story where we've actually got on Skype a person to interview. In this particular case, it was a story about a woman who found maggots.
I've actually lost a little bit of weight since it's happened. I'm finding it very difficult to put things in my mouth at the moment.
We have in that newsroom our set. We have in there e-journalists who are looking for stories. We have the producers for the show. We have the people who are working on rights and clearances. People who are setting up interviews via Skype with people behind the videos from all over the world. Right This Minute finds the best videos on the web first. Best videos first, that's what we do. We cover the internet and we bring you videos so that you don't have to find them yourself. We're the #1 new syndicated show in San Francisco. We beat Anderson Cooper, we beat Dr. Oz, we beat Entertainment Tonight, we beat TMZ.
It looks like he's walking on ice, but he's underwater walking on ice.
Wait.
Yeah.
I think Beth Troutman's wheels are turning.
A lot of viewers have left television, gone to the internet, and we decided that was probably a niche out there to go out and cover what is out there on the internet. When we tell that story and one host shares that story with the other hosts, that pitch may go on for 4, 5, 6, 8 minutes.
This is where we do the pitches. This is where the stories that we found during the night and during the day that we've selected, and our anchors are actually pitching and talking about them.
We search all over the web for videos. YouTube is probably the largest clearinghouse for videos out there on the web.
We shoot here from about 1:30 till about 5. At 6 o'clock we go upstairs and build our set.
When we come up here, we share the video. We share not only the video, actually, we also share the story behind it and then get their reactions and comments and questions, similar to the comments and questions and reactions that viewers at home might have if they were watching this video on Facebook or if they, had it emailed to them.
Their boat go right up on shore.
They're in a neighborhood. Their boat is in a neighborhood. Can you imagine coming out of your front door and a boat sitting on your front porch?
I think another thing that makes Right This Minute different than a lot of other news organizations is every day is really a blank slate for us. We don't go out and assign stories. We don't sit and brainstorm stories. We go out and we find stories. And we don't know from day to day what we're going to find.
The other hosts know nothing about the video that we are showcasing. Only one of us knows any of the details. So when we come up here, it's a natural, real reaction and real conversation to what we see online.
Our on-air hosts work from the time they walk in until they leave. What they do is they look for stories, they research stories, and then they share the stories that they've been assigned with the other hosts, so that the reaction of the host to the videos is real. They're seeing the story the same way you and I might share a video. So I think we tell stories the way people tell stories, and that makes it very authentic.
We pick what we think are the best videos of the day that we find on the internet.
This gorilla has a very interesting best friend.
Samantha, the gorilla, and her friend Panda.
What? Panda is a Dutch rabbit.
This show takes everything that is the internet and it brings it all to one place so that people can find the best news stories, the best funny videos, the best dramatic videos, the best human interest videos that are out there.
Are you kidding me?
Local television news has changed a lot in the last year, and it's kind of ironic that at a time when a lot of newsrooms have cut back, where you see a lot of repetition on local newscasts, that's going on at the same time where people have more information at their fingertips than they've ever had in the history of time. We are big supporters of local television news. But a lot of news is being generated not just by those reporters and photographers or multimedia journalists who might work for a television station. It's being generated by people around the world. Our show went on the air about the same time that you started seeing protests from Occupy Wall Street. Now, whether you were watching Right This Minute or the ABC Evening News, you were seeing videos that were shot by people with cell phones.
Move to the right! Let traffic through!
When you look at what's gone on in the Mideast, the video that we saw out of the protests that went on there were not shot by journalists who went into that country. They were shot by people who lived in that country who were able to get their videos out via platforms like YouTube.
The fascinating things about the internet is that people now, everyone is a journalist in a way. Certain things happen in lives that you don't have time to get a news crew there. You don't have time to get a chopper there. You don't have time to get a trained journalist there. Instead, you have the people who are experiencing these moments.
I have never seen anything like this before.
And they are getting it in real time just as they are experiencing it.
If you think back immediately to the other day where there were tornadoes in Dallas, the first videos we saw were people capturing these news events on their camera phone.
Hopefully it's going to miss the high school.
We believe that there's this larger organization, and it's a worldwide organization of people who are citizen journalists. We're not limited by a staff of 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 photojournalists. We have a staff that's limitless.
And now more than ever, we are witness to more news events than we were before because more people have access to technology to capture it.
The thing about journalism is that it's always changing. If you're a journalist, you love being in journalism because you're kind of on the cutting edge of everything that's happening. We're doing the same thing that local newsrooms are doing or that network newsrooms are doing. We're sharing stories. What's happened is that the technology and the time that we live in has made it easier for anybody to be a journalist, for anybody to be able to share a story. And I don't think that once you let that genie out of the bottle that it ever goes back in.
YouTube is not going anywhere, and I would be very surprised if there was a newscast 20 years in the future that didn't have YouTube video.
Right this minute is a news concept that is really the right show at the right time. I think there's an appetite for this kind of journalism. I think we're out there on the leading edge of that, and it's exciting to see what's going to come next.
My name is Jay. I work at Gutbusters, and I just wanted my stapler back.
My name is Issa Rae. I'm a producer, writer, director, actress, and I'm most known for my web series, The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl.
I'm Jay.
So am I. That's so...
So dynamite! Okay, because you're Jay and I'm Jay. So it's JJ. So, dynamite! It's good times.
The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl is about the lead character as she navigates through life, love, and ridiculously awkward situations.
Ignore.
Was he standing behind me the whole time? This location is where we shot in episode 3, our ignored phone call scene. The series really started just growing from that point on.
You were trying hard to send the message that these are universal experiences.
I think that we just wanted to demonstrate that you can be awkward and you can be black. Awkwardness doesn't have a race.
We've been very fortunate and blessed to gain publicity from CNN, Vibe Magazine, BET, Black Enterprise, Washington Post, New York Times. We averaged 30,000 to 40,000 views the first night that we air an episode. YouTube has been it's been great at putting together analytics that is easy for anyone to read and understand.
And look at its demographics and see what they're interested in.
Exactly.
And see what content is doing well. And then pose that brand around that.
There is a sort of a movement behind this since people have supported and donated and given money.
Kickstarter was extremely important to the success of season 1 and ABG overall. We were able to raise $56,000 in 30 days, and that allowed us to not only finish out season 1, but also put in place a lot of other initiatives.
Awkward and Black was just really important to me because, for one, I thought it'd make a great brand, just because it's so unique and it's something that hasn't been represented, and that was important to me. The fact that there's no, like, black people are always cool or sassy or, have ridiculous attitudes or dramatic, overly dramatic, and there was never like this you know, uncomfortably awkward character that I can relate to.
You gotta stand out, and that's what personal branding is. And you've gotta, whether it's your look,
cutting all my hair,
whether it's your sound, whether it's what you say, whether it's what you're known for.
You're awkward. I know. I get you.
Whether it's causing controversy or whether it's making everybody happy and emotional and crying and joyous that they've heard you, on YouTube.
You're not the only person in the world who can't dance. I'm an okay dancer, but what makes me a great dancer? This. I want my hair back to full. I want my hair back to full.
I hate to say this, but hair is the best thing to happen to rhythmless non-blacks.
See, you just work the hair and nobody knows you can't dance. Oh, right.
Each person becomes a business, and the idea is that you can start to share specific pieces through it, and each person, like you said, whether it's TV or whatever it is, there's talent, and they know what to do to be able to develop their audience.
We have, someone that helps us with marketing. We have someone that helps us with PR. We have different writers on staff. We have different cinematographers, different directors, different producers. We also have someone who helps coordinate our college tour. So it's structured, even though it's a web series and you're only watching 10 minutes of content, it's structured like a real legitimate business.
How's it going?
I don't get it.
My fellow Americans.
Who is that, Bill Clinton?
Bill, really? Bill Clinton? Barack Obama.
How could I possibly not get that?
I wanted to treat a YouTube show like a television series, in that it would come on weekly at the same time, and we would actually market and promote it and have an allotted time for the series.
Well, YouTube is definitely challenging network television. It's within the next couple of months, YouTube is coming out with over 100 premium channels.
3, 4.
From fitness, women's health, music, sports.
Being able to sign up to YouTube with a free account, now you have the opportunity to create your own TV station from your own living room.
And the beautiful thing is that if you develop a strong brand online with a big, powerful audience, it'll be really easy for you to cross over into the TV world if you wanted to.
And we're doing this college tour, and I'm getting to meet, it feels like a campaign because I'm getting to meet all these awkward, ridiculously awkward students, and they're identifying with the series and they're telling us what they can relate to, and it's just amazing to see that the impact the show has on people, and I never would have expected that.
They've got to build an audience, and so the way you start off by doing that is you got to be genuine to yourself, find something that people do find funny about you, or interesting or intriguing or entertaining about you, and first build that audience.
If this party is a competition, I'm losing.
It's important that when you get really good content such as that you leverage it on other platforms. I mean, when you have a video go viral on YouTube, you definitely need to be sharing it on other platforms.
We're currently working on an iPhone app that should be out right around the launch of season 2. It's going to allow our fans to connect, which is extremely important. We're currently working on a blog, and we have different other features that we're going to be putting out in the near future that's going to allow us to not only create more fans, but to put all of our fans together and allow them to engage with one another.
No, there's no need to handle anything. We can buy our own drinks, right?
No. Look, Jay, have some class. Let a man be a man.
Do you really want a margarita, Jay?
Go on, my boy. Jump.
Listen, Jay, you gotta try this crayon sugar tea. It's refreshing, it's got an umbrella and everything. It's the top.
Look, guys, I can just get my own drinks.
The Shorty Award for Web Show goes to Awkward Black Girl.
But now that it's gotten the attention that it's gotten, and I realize that there is a sort of a movement behind this.
I don't have time to be a slut. I agreed to go trick-or-treating with White Jay tonight.
This is great.
We're good partners, Jay.
What can I say? Colon cleanses really stimulate me. Did I really say that?
So the people on YouTube that we've seen so far, I mean, they've done a really good job of finding who they are, and they've developed their brand, and then they've run with that. That's what people can relate to, whether it's the comedy and stuff that we've seen with some of them, or, you know, with some of them, their musical talent's just incredible.
You know, you start to strike a chord with your audience, and you know, it's something that's not on TV, it's not spoken about on the radio, and you find it on YouTube. You know, this is a place where you can start to create a community about an idea, and you start to share it.
My name is Jay, and I'm awkward and black. Someone once told me those were the two worst things anyone could be. That someone was right.
Honestly, I want the world to know we can take it in our own hands. We can independently support one another and just share our stories and put them out there.
I think that for the average person to really, you know, see YouTube as a path to success, I think that is an option. I mean, there aren't gatekeepers.
There's a lot more to social media than what just meets the eye.
It's just changed the way that we keep in touch with people. It's changed the way that we keep in touch with people we'd like to get in touch with.
Now you have the opportunity to create your own TV station from your own living room.
People have more information at their fingertips than they've ever had in the history of time.
I have something to offer to people, and not just anybody.
We're open to a different kind of conversation.
It's for everybody. And you know, some people might say it's not for me, you know, it's, you know, I couldn't get 1 million views, and you know, it's not about getting 1 million views. It's about touching, you know, the lives of a few people.